Well, Merry Christmas, everyone. Mark and Julie Duggin here, and we just wanted to jump on here a few minutes and give you some encouragement here in these few days coming up to Christmas. We've really been talking a lot about hope as one of the Sundays in Advent, and just been pondering that theme and considering it quite a bit over these last few weeks, and just wanted to share that with you and some thoughts that we've had around the theme of hope. One of the things that I was really struck by was a little bit of Abraham Heschel's book of the Sabbath that he's written, and a few thoughts that he shared here at the end about the uniqueness of time and something that happens that really impacts us, that's ongoing. It happens at one point, but then it's ongoing. So I just want to share a few sentences and then share a thought with you. So he writes that the day of the giving of the Torah can never become the past. The day is this day, every day. The Torah, whenever we study it, must be to us as if it were given today. The same applies to the day of the Exodus from Egypt. In every age, man must see himself as if he himself went out of Egypt. And if we move those thoughts into the New Testament and come to Romans 6, Paul invites us to see ourselves in the death, burial, and resurrection of Christ. And that's who we are as believers. We are, in fact, buried as Christ, risen as Christ. The whole thing is to our benefit and our gain. And so there's a lot of reality of hope that we can walk in now in the fullness of Christ, which is exciting, no doubt. And then when we think about the fullness yet to come, so there is that now and not yet, certainly that aspect of that we can walk in as believers. And for me, that's just a lot of hope, seeing myself in the fullness now, and then with expectation and anticipation, knowing that Christ is coming even in more fullness, whatever that looks like, all the days of our lives until his return.
And that's so true. We are given the gift of hope in Christ, but it's also a virtue of hope that we stir up within ourselves. We open ourselves up to a future created by God. We wait expectantly for that. We don't let our circumstances or our past or ourselves, our own strength, determine our future, but we place that hope in Christ. And our hope in Christ is based on a person. It's like you talked about. It's that giving of Christ every day. It's that renewed hope that we wake up with. And we're just reminded in this season that God is true, and in the words you shared that he is unchanging. And just in the coming of Christ, the strength and the determination of God's love and his love towards us. Yeah. And even in the face of crushing circumstances, I'm reminded of Hosea 2, where they're talking about a valley of trouble, but God opens a door of hope. And we really are praying a blessing of watching and waiting expectantly for a door of hope and the full picture that God always gives into our lives. May we be blessed with hope as we wait on him in this season and daily in our lives.
Oh, that's good. Merry Christmas.